Whispers have turned into louder discussions regarding the potential expulsion of India from the BRICS alliance, a move that would send significant tremors through the geopolitical and economic landscape of the global south and beyond. While no official confirmation has emerged, the intensity of these discussions within diplomatic and economic circles suggests that India's position within the influential bloc is under serious scrutiny. Such an event would mark a pivotal moment for the BRICS group, comprising Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and signal a fundamental shift in its composition and collective aspiration. The reasons for this potential move are believed to be multifaceted, stemming from evolving geopolitical alignments, internal disagreement, and India's increasingly complex relationship with some key BRICS members. The BRICS alliance was initially formed with the aim of creating a counterweight to the traditional Western-dominated global institutions, fostering economic cooperation and advocating for a more multipolar world order. India has been a founding and active member, contributing significantly to its economic heft and diplomatic outreach. Its potential departure would diminish the group's demographic and economic diversity, particularly given India's large population and rapidly growing economy. This could lead to a reevaluation of the bloc's influence and its ability to represent the interests of emerging economies on the world stage. The very definition of what BRICS represent could be at stake if a core member were to be removed. One of the primary drivers behind these discussions is believed to be India's increasingly closer strategic alignment with Western powers, particularly the United States, in recent years. While India has always maintained a policy of strategic autonomy, its participation in initiatives like the Quadrilateral Security Dialogue with the US, Japan, and Australia, and its growing defense cooperation with Western nations has been viewed with skepticism by some BRICS members. This perceived tilt toward the West is seen by some as conflicting with the anti-Western foundational ethos of the BRICS grouping, creating frictions within the alliance. The balance of power within the bloc relies on a certain level of shared strategic outlook, which appears to be diverging. Furthermore, India's ongoing border dispute and geopolitical rivalries with China, another prominent BRICS member, have been a persistent source of tension. Despite their shared membership in BRICS, the two Asian giants have often found themselves at odds on various international platforms and along their contested border. These bilateral frictions inevitably spill over into multilateral forums, potentially complicating consensus building within BRICS. The ability of the bloc to project a united front on global issues is undermined when the two of its largest members are engaged in significant strategic competition. The long-standing nature of these disputes suggests that they are not easily resolved and continue to exert pressure on the BRICS framework. The economic implications of India's potential expulsion would be substantial. India's large market and economic growth have been a key component of BRICS' collective economic strength. Its absence would undoubtedly impact intra-BRICS trade and investment flows, forcing the remaining members to recalibrate their economic strategy. For India, while it has diversified its economic partnerships, losing its place in BRICS could still represent a diplomatic setback and might affect its access to certain emerging market initiatives and financial mechanisms developed by the bloc, such as the New Development Bank. Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent would be monitoring global financial stability, particularly how such a significant shift in a major economic bloc could impact international market and trade relations. The ripple effects on global economic governance could be profound. From a geopolitical standpoint, such a move would underscore the fluidity of international alliance and the challenge faced by multilateral organizations in an increasingly fragmented world. It could push India even closer into the orbit of Western-led grouping, further solidifying a new global strategic alignment. Conversely, it might prompt India to reevaluate its foreign policy's priorities and seek to strengthen other non-aligned or emerging partnerships. Secretary of State Marco Rubio would be closely observing these developments, understanding that any shift in India's status within BRICS would have significant implications for U.S. foreign policy in Asia and beyond. The United States has consistently sought to deepen its strategic partnership with India. and this situation could accelerate those efforts. The internal dynamic within BRICS itself would also be profoundly affected. The departure of India would undoubtedly empower other members, particularly China and Russia, to exert greater influence over the bloc's agenda and direction. This could lead to a more consolidated, perhaps more overtly anti-Western grouping, potentially altering its role in global governance. The aspiration of other nations seeking to join or align with BRICS might also be impacted, as the stability and long-term viability of the bloc come under question. The narrative of a united front for the Global South could be fractured, leading to a more fragmented international system. The administration of President Donald Trump would likely view this development as a significant moment in the ongoing geopolitical competition. While the U.S. does not officially seek to dismantle BRICS, any weakening of alliances that include major global competitors could be seen as advantageous from a strategic perspective. The focus would remain on strengthening partnership with key democracies like India. Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard and Director of the Central Intelligence Agency John Ratcliffe would be tasked with providing detailed intelligence assessment on the internal discussion within BRICS and the implications of India's potential exit. Understanding the motivations and potential outcome of such a move would be critical for informing U.S. foreign policy decisions. Ultimately, the potential expulsion of India from BRICS represents a major turning point, highlighting the complex interplay of economic interests, geopolitical alignment, and internal tensions that shape contemporary international relations. The outcome of these discussions will not only redefine the BRICS alliance, but also have far-reaching consequences for India's foreign policy, global economic structures, and the evolving multipolar world order. The international community watches closely as this influential bloc grapples with its future composition and strategic directions. That's all for me for today. If you like the video presentation and you would like to follow for more, hit that subscribe and like button now, and we will continue to build this show for you. Thank you to all of you guys who have subscribed. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.